What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. Apologize for the slight delay. I was tweaking a couple of things, if you will. I guess I gotta go with this one. But I want to say that it is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys each and every night. And so I thank you for joining this evening. We're gonna talk about bad dates, and I'll kind of tell you what's going on with that in just a second. But it is still Sunday Night Confession, so if you do have a confession, only reason I changed it up is because I got tired of using the same Sunday Night Confession title, and then we said that we'd have a kind of underlying topic. So I just decided, like, how we do with Fuck 'em Friday. Sometimes people don't call in with Fuck 'em Friday. It is what it is. But you have a topic, but that's just kind of the theme for that day, if you know what I'm talking about. So again, I thank you for joining me. Make sure you're following the Den Show on all the proper social medias. I'll drop that on the screen for you real quick right there. Den Show Live at everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even at Gmail, Den Show Live. If you want to send an email, whatever it may be, I appreciate everybody who's been reaching out. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let YouTube know that the channel is not all bad. That I'm not just beefing with people because they think I hate their sexual orientation, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. It is what it is, whatever. Again, if you would like to, here we go, right here. Let me put that down. Bow. I am your host, Ed Honcho. Make sure you follow Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to, follow my personal accounts. I finally got freed from Twitter jail, even though they never told me what I did, and I still don't see the problem. Maybe they deleted themselves. I don't fucking know. But anyway, it took like 3 days to get that shit done, and I don't hurt nobody. Let me see. Okay, all that good stuff. If you want to call the den, 833-284-3336. Even when we're not live, if you want to leave a voicemail, just send a text message, a picture of something. You may have had a screenshot or whatever it is you want to share, man. I'm always welcome to those. If you'd like to donate to the den, you want to make a one-time donation, go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. You can make a one-time donation. If you would like to consider making a monthly pledge to the Den Show, go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Stina Stariat and James Martin. Appreciate your Patreon support, and been holding it down for a couple of months now, and that is sincerely appreciated. Now, let's get into tonight's conversation. But before we do that, I got to talk about the most important thing that happens around here every night. That's not it. I already put that up there. And that's you guys, man. You guys will come in and you join and you show love and you just participate because, hey, there's a participation, learn how to speak. There's a participation grade in this class. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no grade. It is what it is. If you just want to sit back and chill and just enjoy what's going on, you're more than welcome. But hey, we the den folk, we like to get to know who you are, man. We like to feel like this is more of a community than a channel. It's like we bond and we definitely try to help each other out every time we get a chance. And it's just some amazing calls that we get, and even in the chat, people helping each other out, man. I love that about this collective group of people that we have. So let's see what we got joining us this evening. Simply Deep 1985, what's the motherfucking deal? Jason S, what's the motherfucking deal? DeMarkey, what's the motherfucking deal? 335, man, look, King Kong, man, that's what they call me, baby. That dislike gonna be there. That dislike gonna be there ready and on time, you know what I'm saying? Eastside Hero, what's the motherfucking deal? Baker Man, shall we proceed? At least, man, glad you could join us this evening. Beyond a funny nigga, coming soon, man. I'm looking forward to that. Back in the day. AB, what's the motherfucking deal? What's on your mind? Let me see. Look, if I miss you, I ain't diss you. But let's get into the conversation. So this topic in particular for me is a little bit odd, okay? And I'm still gonna hit y'all with a confession, but I'm going to say I might hit y'all with a confession because this is what I noticed. The last couple of weeks, even when I was preacher, pastor, father, Reverend, Rabbi, Honcho, y'all was being stingy with the confessions. Y'all wasn't calling in. We might have like one or two. I think D-Love might have called in. I think AB might have called in with one. But everybody else was acting stingy like y'all some angels and some saints. But that's all good. Hey, I can't tell you to put all your business out there. That's your choice. So if we have some good confessions this evening, then I will share a confession at the end. I ain't gonna give it. Look, see, I've been too generous, just giving y'all confessions in the beginning, and we ain't getting no confessions in return. Rashida Cartier, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad y'all could join us this evening. Ferocious, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Always good to see you. I don't know if I missed you earlier, if you were in here earlier, if I did or not, but hey, if you got to, then hey, what it do? So yeah, I'm gonna stop just being overly generous with my confession, putting myself out there. Y'all talking about Honcho, he bad, he doing this, and he don't respect women, and he doing all this other stuff, man. So hey, it is what it is. But I still fuck with y'all. I still got love for y'all. Hey man, look. Two. Got some new stuff in the Den Show. I put one of the shirts up. Get you one of these, man. Hey, if you fuck with your boy, Honcho is my homie. Yeah, you know, I fuck with all of y'all, so go get you one of them. It's in the link in the description below. So, you know, go to the Den Show merch shop. I got another one coming tomorrow, the shirt that I'll be rocking tomorrow. And 10 a.m. I told you I'm going to do early. 10, you know, I took Beyond the Funny Niggas advice. You know what I'm saying? I didn't almost kill her. I did not even get aggressive. I was like, you know, when you load up, well, I was loading down. Like, I was like 1.5% left before I was about to snap. She was just doing just a little too much, man. He was doing just a little bit too much, right? Anyway, but let's get into it. Bad dates. This topic for me is a little bit difficult because I've never really gone on a bad date. You know, D-Love, what's the motherfucking deal? I've never really gone on a bad date. Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? So, I'm gonna open up the line here in about maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. Y'all know I try to. Well, I got to start about 5 minutes late, so probably about 10 minutes I'll open up the line. I've never had a bad date. Never. Footballer 503, what's the motherfucking deal? I've never, ever had a bad date because, one, I told you I never really did the dating thing. You know, here and there, but it was like a protocol to the dating thing. What I mean by that is, yeah, Baker Man was there. He could get a witness. I'm telling you, I was on the brink. Like, it was decreasing short. I was just like, man, if this bitch swing on me one more time, I'm gonna have to do some time. But, but when it comes to dating, I've never really had a bad date because, like I said, I don't think that I didn't date unless we was already like fucking around. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't do the introductory dating kind of thing. And the couple of times that I did, it was always kosher. Like, because I'm gonna chop it up with somebody for a little while before I get to doing all that. I'm not gonna just really be spending on you like that. I don't, I'm stingy with my damn self. So, much less with somebody else. Like, I got to see that there's potential here. So if you say some dumb shit or you're already on some shit that I know is not going to be compatible, I'm not going to have any interest in like spending public time with you. Like, it's just, it is what it is. And so it's unfortunate to say, baby, I sound fucked up for saying it, but that's just how I operate, man. Keisha, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad to see you. Heidi, what's the mother? You just get what's the mother. You don't even get the deal. But that's just kind of how I look at it because it's an investment either way. And again, like I said, I've been out the game for a few years, and I wasn't always just, like I usually had here and there somebody that I was with consistently. So it wasn't like I was just out there, serial dating. So, but the times that I did, or even when I was on some side band sandwich shit, it wasn't like I was gonna go all out in public with the shit. Yasmin, good to see you. What's the motherfucking deal? Glad you joined us this evening. So it's like, my thing is, I told y'all about an experience I had. I told y'all a while back about the delayed situation because it was a chick that I had. We were cool in college, and then several years later, I finally that's another conversation. We'll tell that story one day. But stop, nigga. I don't even think I call baby. This probably ain't never came out of my mouth like less than 10 times. I don't be my nicknames. I have unique nicknames. I don't use the generic shit. So it's like, if you get a nickname from me, it's gonna be some old weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that old baby please, baby please. I ain't out there sound like Keith Sweat. I ain't with that shit. But like I say, so I don't think I've ever had a bad date. Now, being with someone that I'm with and then, going out and got mad and got angry. Yeah, but you already know this motherfucker. So it wasn't like I encountered some type of crazy person. But I can say one time that I got caught up on some side nigga shit. And let me tell you about it. This ain't even necessarily a confession. I'm just gonna tell you kind of the short form of this story. I was fucking off and actually went to the movies with this chick, right? This is before going back to the room. But I actually went to the mom like, fuck it, why not? I've been fucking with this chick for a little bit. We're gonna go to the movie. We're gonna go on the other side of town, so you know it ain't no issues. Man, tell me why one of my old ladies friends, I didn't even know this bitch. This is why I say you gotta be careful with female. I did not know this bitch, never knew who she was, never knew she existed. I came across her at another time and to find out this bitch was fucking around on her old dude. Anyway, but gone, this bitch took a whole picture of a nigga. You feel me? Like took a whole picture of a nigga with the bitch, well, from behind or whatever, you know. And I guess I'm a noticeable figure. And so, yeah, man, got caught up on some whole shit like that. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I found that cold-blooded because, like, bitch, you fucking cheating on your actual husband who you married to with some other internet nigga that's in play. Anyway, different conversation. But that's how motherfuckers will do you, man. That's just kind of how the shit works. I shouldn't have been doing bad, so it is what it is. But as far as bad dates, I honestly cannot say that I've had any. So I'm sorry to disappoint y'all. But the reason why this topic came up is because we were talking the other day what women want, what men want. And we found out niggas was not buying ice cream. You know, we found out niggas wasn't eating food. You know, we done found out all kind of crazy stuff has been going on. And just some things came up and it was just like, we need to talk about bad days. So I figured why not on Sunday Night Confessions. And yes, for those of you asking, we're still doing confessions, but instead of tightening the confessions every time, we'll just use the more secondary topic as the main topic, but we're still, the theme of Sunday nights is Sunday Night Confessions. And I'll probably bring preacher, pastor, rabbi, father, deacon, reverend, whatever Honcho back next week or so. So we'll see what happens. There's that. So one time these bros we do invited me and my bro over on some double date kickback type shit. We got there and they had half a bottle of E&J and a grand. We was the hoes. Low key felt dirty. Man. Look, let me tell you, player. It be like that sometimes, man. It be like that sometimes. Yes, can I get an 8 then? Yeah, we gonna bring all that good shit back. But so I'm not gonna hold y'all to it too much. I'm not gonna stall y'all out. Let's just get into some calls. Let me open up the line and let's get some good conversation going. So like I said, yeah, tomorrow 10 a.m. I'll be doing some. I'm not sure though if it's gonna be. I'm still debating between 1 and 2 hours if I'm gonna do it in the morning or the earlier ones, and I'm still debating kind of on the call in if I'm gonna still do that. But like I said, we'll figure it out as it goes along. But so the dens will be doubling up, especially here for the summertime, because I'll be freed up on some other stuff, and much more content will be coming your way. So, goddamn. What's the payload? That's my password. Okay. All right, bet. Yes. I'm on a mission, man. Like I told y'all, the goal is 5K, right? And so I've seen we're a little over halfway there, and as far as subs. And so I know if I put in more work, more will come. And so that is the goal, to really start stepping it up a notch. And, well, yes, 1 million. But I told myself 5K before I burn something again. And trust me, I need to fire something up at least over the summertime, goddamn. But we'll get there. Like I say, the goal is to, look, I don't know if a million sounds dangerous, but I don't know. Howard Stern got a couple of million, so if I'm trying to be the black Howard Stern, well then I gotta put in the work, right? I guess I should put the number up, right, so you guys can call in. That would definitely help. Make sure you like and subscribe. That like button, we gotta combat the evil dislikers who dislike the stream before it ever even starts. I wonder who and why that could be. It just happens like that sometimes, I guess, right? But you can call into the den 833-284-3336. If you want to remain anonymous, if you want to just kind of keep it low key, send a text message. I'll read your text message and just kind of make sure you put anonymous in the beginning of it, so I know that you don't want me to, say who sent it or whatever. Because I know sometimes people want to share some story, but they want to keep their privacy. But I definitely will. Yes. Beyond the funny nigga, yes, I'm gonna start reaching out. But Beyond be showing love. You know what I'm saying? People be seeing this, they be like, who the fuck is this nigga Beyond be showing these clips of? So let's hear. So I know y'all have, okay. I guess I ain't gotta say too much then. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
This is Shall We Proceed with Elise Main, aka Erlene.
Okay, aka Miss Erlene. Shall we proceed? First, I want to tell everybody, hey, if y'all see the name in the chat, go check out Miss Erlene's channel. I really honestly believe that y'all will dig it. Some very, very good conversation for the fellas and the ladies. Y'all should definitely check it out. She has a very great program over there. So, Miss Shall We Proceed, Miss Erlene, what would you like to share with the den this evening?
Well, Anthony's making me share, so I figured I'd oblige. I can't stand his ass, but I will oblige. I've had quite a few bad dates. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I think it's humorous that you say you never had a bad date. And I talked about one on my last show where the guy thought spending $65 on our date equaled ass. Yeah, there was that one, and the one that was interesting was I went out with this guy. He met me. I was out with some friends, exchanged numbers, communicated for a little while. I pre-date very well. You know, you try to figure out a person's moves, what's going on with them, how they communicate. And we went out to eat, Papados, and his wife walks in and sits down and proceeds to ask me who I am and where'd you know him from because he's married. And I'm like, oh, okay. Damn. That's interesting. Yeah. She just walked in, pulled a chair up, and was looking at me dead in my eye like I did something wrong. I'm like, look at him. I didn't marry you. This is your person you got married to.
So I have a question. I have a question about that. The wife. Now, if you were to compare yourself to the wife, was there like any similarities?
Oh, you're being messy right now. You want to be messy?
No, I'm saying like what I'm saying is, was there a similarity in appearance, or was it like a sign?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay, all right. That's
not one bit.
Okay.
I'm cute, so.
So you saying she was a little rough around the edges?
It was, yeah. You know how people match when they're together? After a while, you can see it. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it. But also, she tried to come at me like I was the problem. And I'm like, I don't even know you exist. I have an issue when women transfer their energy onto the other woman. And many times, we have no idea he's attached. So why are you mad at me? You know.
Yeah, that is true. And I believe that, both ways. Because I've seen other situations when I was probably doing things I had no business, and dudes would be mad at you. It's like, I didn't make no commitment to you. That's the person that made the commitment to you, so that's who you dealing with.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Now, if you come at me stupid, then I have no problem ripping you to shreds, but it's not my problem. Yeah, it's not my problem at all. And I had another date where I didn't know we were going Dutch, which is not a problem. I make sure I always have money, but we were out, and he ordered, and I ordered, and he ordered a bunch of stuff. He said, well, split the bill in half. I said, wait a minute. I had some crab cakes and water. You had a tomahawk. And so you need to handle your $150, and I will take care of... Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's tough. So he tried to finesse it. So you can get with it. Okay. I mean, I ain't mad at you, player. I mean, I'm glad you called him.
Yeah, you try to curse me out. Well, you think you cute. And, this. I mean, why do you think I got to take care of him? I'm like, first of all, you asked me out. And I asked you, I don't have no problem paying at all. I said, but either we up front say that we're just going to take care of ourselves, and if that's the case, I have no problem doing that. But I'm not going to go half on a bill, and you sitting here like a king eating a tomahawk with all the fixings, and I had a side salad and some crab cakes and water. What are you talking about? But I'm entitled, So. Yeah. So I have a slew of bad things. Huh?
So has any of these experiences turned you off from wanting to continue dating? Does that kind of...
Absolutely, absolutely. The biggest thing that turned me off was I was dating a guy who got married, got engaged on me after we were dating for a while, and he got engaged after we came back on a weekend trip. Um, I found that out like we came back like on a Monday morning. He had a whole sambuca set up for his engagement party on that Saturday, and I try hard not to transfer that negative onto anyone that I meet now, but it will halt you. I don't care what anyone says. When you go through certain things, you're very, very cautious. Very cautious. So I didn't date for a long period of time because I knew I wasn't going to be good for anyone. I knew that until I heal from the nonsense, that I was going to assume everyone's going to be the same, which they're not. I've met some amazing men. Amazing men, but I had to tell myself you're not good for anyone right now, so just don't even try to meet anyone. So, but yeah, I had a moment of not dating.
Okay.
So, yep.
Was there anything else that you would like to add to that?
Nope, I was just calling in because Anthony called me out, and I don't like being called out, so I had to prove him that I would call his ass.
Well, shout out
So
to
he needs to call in and talk about his experiences. Because I know he has plenty of them.
I mean, AB is a very popular person around here. AB, he comes with the story, so we've heard a couple of them. But yeah, we know we always look forward to...
Well, he needs to call in and tell his stories. Because I know he has some negative shit that's happened to him.
Okay. And feel free, if you're going to be in the chat, feel free to post a link to your channel. Because like I really do think that people should check that out.
Oh,
it's very good.
I can definitely do that. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Ms. Okay. I appreciate you calling in.
No problem.
All right. Thank you. You have a good evening.
Bye.
Shout out to Miss Earlene, first time calling, and definitely came with some heat. Look, that's tough. Like, I done some finagling and some finessing, but I think you just have to have a certain level of you just the audacity. Like, this is just certain shit, man. You know, we talk about risk reward factor, right? You know what I'm saying? And one, if you got a whole situation going on where you attempting to get married and you out there still dating around, you a bold character. I guess I'll turn my phone ringer off. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Ferocious.
Ferocious. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind?
Figure I'll take a night off from talking so morally and call in and share on this topic that y'all got going on.
All right, what's on your mind? What you got?
Well, actually, I mean, I've had bad dates, but the story I'm about to share is actually I was the bad date. Y'all about to laugh y'all's ass off. Because I was doing this shit on purpose. Because I told myself, you know, I used to be a real arrogant person, and I how many can you pull, this type of shit, I mean, we all been there.
Yeah.
So I told myself, man, if I'm gonna go out with this girl who says she loves me, says she likes me, or whatever. We young, we like 17, 18. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, you hang up, that type of shit.
Oh, listen to each other breathe and shit. Okay.
Yeah, fall asleep on the phone, have a sleep. You sleeping? No, I'm hanging up. Like, yeah. So, so I tell myself, man, if I'm gonna go out and date with this girl, I'm gonna give her the worst experience she ever got. If she stays with me or gives it up, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, at the end of the night, then yeah, I know it's real. So I'm like, okay, let's go out to a movie. I tell her, and then afterwards we'll go do the dinner thing. Okay, she works at a bank, so I know she banking. She got 2 cars, and she barely like 18. So I'm like, okay, well, Ferocious knew which ones to chase, Yeah. So so I tell her when we get to the movies, I'm like, look, we got up to the booth or whatever what you call it to pay,
Yeah.
and I'm like, look, I got money on this card, but I got this coupon. You got to use cash. So, I'm like, look, use your cash that because she had already told me she keeps like emergency stash or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I said, use your cash. Saying at the end of the night, I'll throw you $20 or whatever. I'll pay extra, ain't no thing.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. She's like, yeah, that's smart because she had been trying to tell me about saving money and shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, so we go in, we watch the movie and shit. A little make out, whatever. We get out. We go to eat dinner, and I tell her, I was like, order what you want. And shit, break it in. But, steak and shrimp, baby, whatever you want. So she ordered, she goes all high profile. You get the steak. I get the steak. I'm like, let me get the salad with that. She wants the soup. And at the end of our meal, I'm like, go ahead and get your dessert. You don't finish it, you go ahead and take it home, or you want to take home. So we ordered the dessert and everything. When it comes time to pay, I pull out the card. And they bring the card back. So your card has been declined. See, I was doing this on purpose. I had money. I had cash money on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just an arrogant asshole. Like I said, that's just the way I was. When I was growing up, this is the way I saw women treated. That's how I saw women. That's how you get women. So shit, I didn't want to be stuck out. So shit. Now I know different. I'm not. Let me go ahead and clarify with that. Now I know a lot different. I'm telling all kinds of everybody in my family or people that I know not to do things like that. How things have changed and all that. But we're talking about back then. And back then, man, I told the card came back declined. I said, well, shit, baby, you have to pay because I don't do dishes. She just like, okay. And she was like, you got me. And I'm like, what you mean? So, we get to the crib and, she still give it up, whatever. So, it's all good. And to this day, we best friends. We just look back on it and laugh. And I done already, paid her back. And, I took her out and everything, showed her a good time, gave her some bread, helped her in her few situations, everything that she needs. But, now we can look back and laugh. I just wanted to share that story with the damn folks.
That's what you cold-blooded, man. That's a tough situation, man. Look like I say, y'all done some. I done some shenanigans, but y'all be pushing to the limit, man. That's what's up though. That y'all can still be cool and that y'all still remain friends, man. So that's ultimately it worked out in the long run. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let somebody. Hey, y'all don't be scared, man. I called in and share my story. I'm gonna need y'all to call in and share y'all story too at Honcho because I mean, shit, we doing it. Y'all can do it too. Y'all call in every other time. Y'all see me. I'm not over here trying to look like the best person in the world. I got more stories than that, but I'm just gonna share that one. I'm gonna save the rest time.
Yeah, that's bad. Y'all heard the man call it in, man. But that's a bit ferocious, man. I appreciate your call, man. That's some wild shit.
All right, Ed.
All right.
See you.
Man, look, I thought I was a bowler. Y'all niggas out there wilding. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, this is Beyond the Funny nigga.
Beyond, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind?
I mean, I've never had a lot of bad days, but one that I could remember, I was talking to this female, and we had went to a Sky Zone, like a trampoline place for like teenagers, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we go into a Sky Zone. First thing you do, you gotta pay for some socks. Yeah. They give you some socks that you can get some grip on the trampoline and stuff. So I'm with her and everything. And the first thing she told me, she was like, hold on, I'm finna go to the restroom to change. I said, bitch, why you gotta go to the restroom to change some damn socks? I said, bitch, you got gout or something? Like, you got, what the hell going on? You got claws? And she's like, no, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna let it slide and shit like that. And so we on the trampoline and shit. And like she's jumping up and down and shit and fuck around. She kind of started her cycle, like in public and shit. So And when you jump on the trampoline, it's like 50 trampolines, so you can't just jump on one trampoline. You could bounce all across like the area, the room, and everything. So when I seen that shit, I hopped my ass all the way on the other side of the room and shit, acting like I was with somebody else. So after that, I was like, okay, it's normal, females, and so shit happens. Okay, I'm gonna let it slide. So after that, we go to I forgot what restaurant it was. It was this nice Chinese restaurant and shit. And this how I knew that this bitch ain't had no damn sense. First thing she ordered some chicken tenders. Bitch, why you gonna order some chicken tenders at a Chinese restaurant? I hate that shit. And she act like she said some chicken tenders with some hot sauce. Like, come on, man. I've never heard of Chinese hot sauce in my life. So she over here just acting how I get. I said, this is not for me. I just don't understand why you like this. And to that day, I just blocked her ass.
Man, that's probably your best bet, man. But at least if you go to a particular style of restaurant, at least order the cuisine that they specialize in. That shit probably chicken. That shit was probably alley cat tenders or some shit.
I mean, at least get some shrimp fried rice or something. Don't get no damn chicken tenders.
Yeah, something. That's wild, man. But man, that what you just said about the bouncing on the trampoline, that reminds me of a story. I may share that a little later in the stream because that definitely that just had an experience that kind of changed my view or my understanding of females in a similar situation that took place. But man, go ahead. You know what I need. I need you to do, man. You got to go ahead and drop the info for the people, man. What should they be looking forward to?
Yeah. That back in the day, my Instagram. If you follow me, if you need to follow me on Instagram at Beyond_A_funny nigga. Same name as my Instagram name. Same name as my YouTube name. I'm fucking up. So I'm dropping this comedy video. It's called Back in the Day. I'm talking about, everybody's past, everybody's childhood, some relatable stuff. So you need to catch that coming out next Saturday, June 1st. It's on it.
All right, that's a bit. So if y'all not following, y'all know what to do. The name is in the chat. All you gotta do is copy and paste. You can do it on your phone and shit too. We got that new modern technology that allows it. But man, y'all go show Beyond some love, man. And Beyond, man, I appreciate you calling in and sharing that story, man.
All right.
All right, you have a good evening. Right. Man, y'all gotta check them out because them little comedy shows that Beyond be putting up, them hoes be funny, man. You definitely gotta check that out. We told a story there that reminds me of. I had a homegirl. We used to kick it at her crib tough. I want to say like senior year, because she stayed not too far from the schoolhouse. And I ain't gonna get all into the details of the situation and everything, and I ain't gonna say too much, but we do over there kicking and smoking and just chilling and shit. And she had a friend who ended up, started coming around. And that's back when the nigga was a little bit more solid. And the little friend was like, I kind of peeped it, but I really wasn't with the shit, man. And cause he was a little ratchet. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with ratchet, but it ain't always my bag. You know what I'm saying? I just I have a low tolerance for certain things. But man, I forgot we was over there kicking it, and they was finna go somewhere, or I was finna go somewhere. I don't know if she was finna ride with me or what, but that's a whole, man. It's just really, now that I think about this story has multiple layers. I ain't gonna say too much because it would get real. It'd be a whole lot of business put out there. But so she was I guess she was finna come on outside or whatever. I was still in the house when she was about to walk out, and I was like, she walked in front of me, and I was like, hey, I think you sat in something wet, cause like the back of her shit was all wet. And I guess maybe I should have said it. Maybe I should have said it. I don't know. But apparently she had started her cycle and did not know that. And so I don't want to wish we had cell phones back then because I'd probably be locked up. But yeah, the expression on her face, I almost felt bad. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but would she have been more embarrassed in public? But the expression on her face, that level of embarrassment was it's ingrained in my mind. Like, I can't even remember her name, but I can remember that facial expression. And so, yeah, that was kind of it. Because, like, I was on the border. Like, I might fuck with it. You know, I might not. But, yeah, after that, I was cool, man. I was chilling on that. But, yeah, that whole thing. But then I guess it made me start to realize something. I guess, like, I don't know. I know some of y'all be timing that shit with the accuracy from the ovulation and all that shit. Y'all be having timers for that shit. And then some of y'all just be out there willy-nilly just not knowing what the fuck is going on. And be like, oops. No, guess that happened. So, yeah, it's just like, I always thought that y'all would be able to figure out what that was taking place, or, you know, that you don't feel this kind of stuff happening. But I don't know how that works. I still don't know how it works. Some of y'all still there. Like, I ain't studied the science on it, but it seemed like some of y'all behave differently with those outcomes. So I don't fucking know. But yeah. There's that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you to talk about rather drink than eat. Oh, you know it. You turkey. Took a girl to Stripes and stopped the nonsense. Had a stupid day when I was on a rebound. The guy took me to the Range Rover dealer, traded in his car, and took me to Harlem for a non-expensive meal. Well, you was just running errands. That wasn't even no date. That was like, thank you for running errands with me. That shit right there, that's tough. Shit. That's what you say, terror and embarrassment. Yeah, it was like a man. It's like when you get caught in the horror movie when you basically trap right before you finna get stabbed and you see it coming. It was one of those things, man. This is, nah, I ain't grab it. I wasn't fucking with it like that. Now I'm gonna be like, man, I used to do a bunch of dumb shit when I was young. And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad we did not have phones with video access and all that shit. Cause niggas would be goofy like y'all young niggas is today, recording everything. And shit, it'd have been over with. It'd have really been over with. All right, so yeah, man, let the line open. Don't be scared of the line, man. The line work for everybody. Now, like I said, I know some of y'all, if y'all want to send in a message anonymously. Who was that? God, that was fucking Luis. Anomalous? Huh? Click. If y'all want to send an anonymous message, you know, if y'all don't want to just put yourself out there, you can always text into the line. Not only can you call, you can text, screenshot, whatever else you may want to do. You can send images and all that stuff to the den line. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. We got somebody calling in. Let's see what's shaking. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den line this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? It's Yaz.
Yes, how are you doing this evening? What's on your mind? What would you like to share with us?
Man, I've been doing pretty good. I like to share one time where I was the bad date.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, he had been trying to get with me for a long time, and I never gave him not even as much as a phone call, wouldn't eat lunch with him, nothing, And so he decided to go all out and just like, the teddy bears and the flowers and just the romance stuff and take me to a concert.
What concert y'all went to?
And I was all down. I think it was what's that guy's name? Tank. Yeah, it wasn't Tyrese. It's Tank. So, we going there listening to this guy. And, I accepted a date after. I mean, I really wasn't feeling him that much, but, I don't know. I just went, So I got all dressed up, went to his house. He cooked dinner, and I mean, and I was just like, wow, man, oh man, why did he do all of this stuff for me? I was really kind of blown away. Everything is going good so far. Man, we get to the concert,
And while during like before the concert and all that good stuff get really started, you know how they play like those ads on the screen sometimes, like who's sponsoring the concert or whatever. And out of the blue, I saw this ad pop up where this guy who I used to deal with, actually the last guy, like the last I thought kind of like a little relationship. It was just a horrible relationship. I seen his business flash, and like I helped build this business for him and all this good stuff, and it popped up like as a sponsor there, and I don't know, I just got so mad, like, and I just fell to pieces. I don't know. I guess I was kind of drunk too. I had been drinking that night, and I just started crying. And I walked out the concert, and I just started walking away from the stadium. The man had to go outside, look for me, and get in his car, drive. I just started walking because I just kind of lost it, And he's like, "What is wrong with y'all? You crazy? Get in the car." And I wound up getting in the car, and I wanted to be taken home. I don't even think he didn't even enjoy the concert. He went throwing all this money on tickets, and that had been our first time doing anything together, like going out, anything like that. And yeah, I could say I ruined that concert for him. Yeah, yeah, I was the bad date, but I think it was kind of like I thought I was over that situation with the last guy, but as soon as I saw, that shit popping up on the screen, I had just got emotional and I got upset, and I just had to walk away. I just had to leave. And
so did y'all ever follow up, or
good impression.
did you was there ever like a second attempt at a date? Did you call him back? Did he call you back, or did that kind of kill everything?
Yeah, he tried. Well, we did talk for a few days, and the only thing after that, I just apologized to him. That was it. I just apologized, and I told him that's probably the reason why I shouldn't be dating right by now. But yeah, yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just thought it was just I just thought it was just overwhelming too. That had been the first time I'd known him outside, like around like, the job. We didn't work in the same department or anything like that, but, I knew him. We didn't really talk that much at work, and, it was kind of like a surprise,
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
So as things started off
so I didn't want to leave him hanging either, though. I was like, man, he said, I got this, I did this for you, and, I'm trying to show you that I'm a good man, and I ain't like all the mother cats, and now look at me messing shit up.
So would you say that he treated you nicer than the previous encounter, that the ad you saw with the way things started with the other guy? So he was nicer. Okay. All right. And
yeah, he did. I think he did. He did. That goes to show you, he tried to treat me. I guess he tried to go above and beyond to prove that he wasn't like all the rest of the bad dates or whatever. And then I turned out being a bad date at the end of the day. So.
Okay. So in the way that some women get scarred by bad dates, do you think that had an impact on him in that same manner?
Probably so. Yeah, because I know, like, he's probably prior to that. We would text or chit chat on the phone for a little bit, and I knew one of the things it was kind of like an attempt to show me that he's not like that. And as soon as he, go all out and try to be that, Mr. Romantic, Mr. Good Guy, here I am walking straight on out the thing, and and crying and just acting hysterically crazy. And so, he just was like, what in the world is going on with you? So, yeah, I bet you probably feeling like, well, I'll never do that for the woman again.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you know what? I appreciate being honest and sharing that with us. Like I say, we all play the opposite role sometimes. So, but it is what it is, and we move on. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add to that?
No, no, that's it. I just kind of was like, hey, now I've had bad dates, but I've been a bad date too. So, yeah,
Okay.
I guess that's my Sunday night confession.
Already. That's good, Ms. Yaz. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
All right, all right.
All right.
Bye bye.
You have a good evening. Thank you. All right. Are we ready tonight? We wired up. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Is it there? Hello, hello. I don't know. Did I fry it? Did I mess it up? I don't know. I might have fried it. Hello, hello. All right. I'll let y'all call back in. Maybe because I switched after I was switching the call, it might have jammed up. Hold on. I should apologize for your ears. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
I like to touch children. I'm Michael Jackson.
Okay, well, that was peculiar. I don't even know what they said. I heard some Michael Jackson TE. Very, very odd. No, I answered the thing, but it wasn't saying nothing. I was trying to hear. I couldn't hear anything, so that's what I was trying to see. So if you want to call back in, you good to go. Because I answered the call, but it just wasn't. There we go. Here we go. All right, we should be good. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
You got me?
Yeah, I got you. You good? We live. We live, baby. We live.
Man, we live, baby.
What's the motherfucking deal, AB, man? What's on your mind this evening?
Shit. Hey, Arlene, you new to this shit. I've been doing this shit for a minute. I do Sunday confessions my shit. So calling out somebody who a vet and shit. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'll call in. I'll share one and I'll make it quick. Okay. Since we on the clock. Since Heidi said we on the clock.
Heidi don't run shit.
Man, it was this chick that was my sister's friend, and I just got out of the Navy, man, and she was giving me choosing signs, so I was like, well, shit, I'ma holler at her, and my sister was like, nah, don't holler at her, and I was like, she just trying to keep me from getting with her friend. And then she got worried about seeing me and her friend together. So I was just ignoring that shit. Yeah. I see she's hating that shit, right?
Yeah.
So I eventually take her out on a date. And we go, man, what did we do? We did. Because a couple of times I had talked to him. We had drove around a couple of times. I had just got my ride. And so she was liking that. Even her dad was like, oh, nice car, blah, blah, blah. So we go to, I don't know if you remember, damn, man, I can't remember. They used to have the best damn bread, bro. They used to put, croissants. They used to put the butter and the honey on it. We went to that restaurant, and they were free. Damn, what's the name of that restaurant? I know the people in the chat know. Damn, it's right off the Beltway and West Park. And it used to be a big ass movie theater across the street from it. But anyway, she used to work at that restaurant, and I didn't know that at the time, but she used to work at the restaurant. So we sitting there eating, and after a while, she got up. She started talking to like all her little work buddies or whatever. So I'm sitting at the table for like 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, what's she doing, right? So I'll get up, I look around, and I see her, talking to some dude, whatever. I'm like, okay, so this kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
You out here with me, and if this what you want to do, this shit was blatant disrespect.
Yeah.
So, at the time, I definitely was a petty nigga.
No.
So, I pay for the food. We supposed to go to the movies after that. Get to the movies, right? And I said, look, wait in the car. I'm gonna go check on the movie, see what time the movie start. I get out the car, I hit the alarm, lock the door, right? I purposely sitting there. I ain't wasn't looking at no fucking movie. I just sat there for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, bitch, you gonna see how long it takes for somebody else to be missing and you waiting on their ass. You gonna feel this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I hear my car alarm going off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go check it out. Man, she took off walking.
Word.
She didn't come look for me. She took off walking the other way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, shit, she pissed off. I say, good. She should be pissed off, right?
Yeah.
So my dumb ass, I go chasing after her. And I'm like, I'm riding next to her. I'm like, hey, get in the car.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to get in the car. She say, you did this shit to me, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, you left my ass sitting in a restaurant. And so we arguing. Think about this. I'm driving slow as fuck while she walking.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time, nigga, this girl walked from Beltway 8 on West Park. She took the Richmond route.
Yeah.
From Beltway 8 Richmond all the way to Derry Ashford. Now if y'all know Houston, that's a long ass walk, bruh. I don't think I ever pissed off a woman that bad in my life. But she walked her ass all the way. She stopped one time. I got out the car. She stopped one time. And she was like, why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? And I was like, look, I was paying your ass back, honestly, because that shit was disrespectful what you did to me. I'm sitting in the damn table. I'm thinking I'm on a date, and you back there keying it up with I don't know who the fuck.
Yeah.
So she said, but you left me in that hot-ass car. Fucking leather seats, the shit got me sweating, my ass sweating, titty sweating, shit.
Not the titty sweat.
Yeah. And so, and I was like, look, just get in the car. I know you pissed off, but let me just take you home. You can be mad in the fucking car. You know what I mean? So she was like, all I want you to do is apologize. And I'm like, apologize? I stopped. I'm like, apologize? I said, that's what you want. Just keep walking then. Shit, fuck it. So, cause my nigga, I was like, if you would apologize to me, I would have gladly apologized to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that I needed that to, but I wasn't gonna take the high road and shit. Instead, I was a petty nigga at that time in my life, bro. So I ain't doing that shit. So she goes to I said, look, I'm a creep drive, just to make sure your ass safe, because you're gonna be retarded and walk all the way the fuck home.
Yeah.
So she did the shit, and I'm like, wow, bro. I was like, I said, but we didn't use our words. We young shit. I'm early 20. It was like an early 20 situation, but we was young and shit. So yeah, we could have handled that a lot better, but yeah, that was a pretty bad date.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna say something. A couple of things that I'm thinking about there. One, that wasn't her first walk home. Look, you got to think about the distance in which you going. You got to be like, man, shit, I don't walk further than this before. Fuck it, Cause you look, just taking a long walk like that. I don't know, pimp. But then the other thing, I'm laughing because I'm imagining the shit. It almost seemed like like a motherfucker harassing like a streetwalker or something. That's what I thought you was gonna end up saying, like it was some other shit happening or whatever. Cause you know when a nigga be driving slow and hoes be on the corner and shit, nigga, you be seeing that, you can be driving, you say, what the fuck is these motherfuckers doing? A nigga follow the bitch. But I got a question for you, you know, cause we've heard a couple of stories and I've seen. So there was one I remember there was a video not that long ago in Houston. She got out like on 610 and they got to go chase her down in the middle of the road. What do you think women feel like they're accomplishing by just getting out and walking, especially in dangerous situations?
Well, they emotional, man. They not thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, her anger fueled her ass to walk a goddamn marathon. So, like they say, woman scorn shit, bro. That shit's real. So, me giving her the attention helped her keep walking because she was like, I wonder if I'm gonna get this nigga to creek walk for miles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I probably, gave her that energy to do that. But, if we're not paying them no attention, man, then they probably start thinking a little bit and start getting less emotional. But the more we give attention to that behavior, then they go just keep repeating it. So that's just human nature with that. But I think it's a lot of emotions involved with that because, sometimes, I mean, it's not like men don't get emotional either, but sometimes it's like, man, do this even make sense, what you doing? In their mind, it does because that's how they feel. It's not if it's right or wrong. It's they feel that they correct.
Yeah.
So they gonna go all the way out of pocket, and they might apologize later if you can get them to calm down and see it from your point of view. But for the most part, man, if they feel like they right, then that you can't tell them shit after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then I think so. Do you think that men go chase after women who do stuff like that because they'll feel bad that if something actually did happen to them and they didn't, or do you think that it's out of genuine, I won't say concern, but I don't know. I'm at lack of the word that I'm looking for here.
But they have in sales, they call it fear of loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a fear of loss there at that moment. But my thing was, I actually was concerned. I'm like, why the fuck you gonna walk this far? Like, if something did happen to you, because I had the mindset, because I dropped my best friend off in the middle of in the rain, that she tried my ass. You know what I'm saying? She knows my buttons, so she always pushed my buttons to the limit. So I put her ass out in the fucking rain and took the fuck off. So I had that capability to do that shit. Because I don't believe in disrespect, and I don't give a fuck as male, female. I don't care. Like you can't come at me any kind of way and expect me to take it, and then I'm supposed to be okay with that later. That shit gonna eat at me. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you this. It eat at me this bad. Shit like that eat at me this bad is that this dude like literally stepped on my shoes after I told him, hey man, chill out, bro, you keep stepping on my feet.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he did shit on purpose again. So I was like, bro, for real. Like I give him like not a hard push, but like hey, I'm pushing your ass way push, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, chill the fuck out. Like you keep stepping on my feet. Man, shoes ain't that shit, man. Your shoes ain't shit, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I'm walking away. I'm like, cause I'm feeling my fucking rage come up. So I'm like, oh wait, let me get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah. But I know this dude and I know where he lives. That shit bothering me so bad. I'm laying in bed. I get the fuck up. I go to his house. I knock on his door and I said, look, man, that shit was blatant disrespect. We gotta fight, nigga, because I gotta get this shit off me, dog. We gotta go at it because I ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight. So that's how bad like disrespect bothers me one time, right?
Yeah, I feel you though. That shit will eat at you though.
Yeah, so that's why if I get disrespected, man, I pretty much that's really no coming back to that for me, like, because we can, and this just human decent courtesy, like. You shouldn't have to disrespect anybody you with, especially even if you can't agree with them. Just move on. you don't have to go to the disrespect, card, pull that shit. And I understand why ladies are they Erlene told me about this, and I at first I was like, ain't no niggas out here really just trying to hurt no woman for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Just because you didn't want no number. But now I understand. It's like, okay, I do know some niggas in jail for that shit right there. So it is out there.
Yeah, niggas is wild, man. Like I say, until you just kind of see it for yourself, sometimes you wouldn't want to believe it. But like I said, I ain't hit the club in a minute, but I'm just thinking about the last few times that I've gone to like a club, not like say a lounge or somewhere more laid back or something. And you just watch. If you just sit back and watch the behaviors, you just like, damn, really, does this work for you? Does this get you pussy? This like gets you action? Like how? Because I don't see how women would even respond to that shit. But apparently it has to be some type of woman that has responded to that type of behavior, because you see a lot of motherfuckers who be doing that shit. So
let me ask you this: the grabbing of the arm in the club.
Yeah.
Like if you just post it and you walking by, and then I saw this all the time, and I never understood it. They just go grab some random chick by her arm and pull. I was like, who raised you, motherfuckers? Why is it okay? Are you like, it's like you motherfuckers like a cat fishing in a damn fish tank, just trying to grab a motherfucker. What are y'all doing out here, man?
Yeah.
And I see women, they be like, oh, hey. I'm like, that shit's okay.
Yeah, they be with that shit. And they be with that shit. That's the crazy part about it. But to me, the chicks who be with that kind of shit, to me that signals a few other underlying problems. So I'm like, shit, if they with that shit, that's cool. Whatever situation y'all end up getting into with that, good luck. Because if she that accessible from a move like that, trust me, she just accessible overall. And so you're gonna be dealing with some other issues.
Exactly. Yeah, I know I have that boldness to just grab some random stranger, so I had to come up with conversation and shit.
Yeah, especially not in 2019, because that shit will get your ass canceled. Motherfucker be to hit you with some Me Too something 3 months later or some shit. You don't even remember the chick. You're like, oh damn, I did that. Yeah, they get us that shit. That grabbing shit will get you canceled, man. Y'all seen the shit about shout out to J. Dill. He sent me the thing about the dude who met some chick at a bar at the like 21 and up spot. But the funny thing about this story is I'm gonna tell you in a second that I think about it, because he was only 20, but the chick was 17. He ended up going home with her and making out with her. They didn't have no sex or nothing like that. They gave that nigga 12 years. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, that shit is wild, man. So you better be careful. And what I think she said, she reported shit like a month later. I forgot what happened, what they said, or they got him like a month later. But it was a real fucked up situation. So I'm like, y'all better be careful these days, man. You better know what you're getting yourself into. Y'all better get some of them Dave Chappelle sex contracts. Okay, you would check off the boxes you willing to participate in. Let me see some ID. Take a picture with you with your ID. You better get all the way in and protect yourself, because it's a dirty game out there these days.
Have you ever been on a double date?
Yeah, I've been on a double date.
What? All right. So was it somebody that you was close with? Was you close with the dude or the female?
A dude, it was my best friend. We had we had arranged some shenanigans, and it ended up going completely different than we initially planned. I'm not gonna say too many details on that, but yeah, we definitely had a double date. It was interesting.
I ain't gonna share this one online, but that when we meet, I'll share you on that one, man. Just remind me of the double date.
That's a BET. I got you. I definitely will. Because there was a peculiar situation. I got a couple of stories like that. Okay, that's a BT. Anything else you want to add there, AB?
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm gonna get off this line so somebody else can call in.
Alright, man. I appreciate your call.
All right, wait.
Alright. Shout out to AB, man. I feel that walking away thing, it can be a tough thing to deal with, man. I guess it just depends on how much you like it. Oh shit, apologize for your ears. I be forgetting players fuck up. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Bad day. I'm in no mood. This, today, is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time. I'm not in the mood to play with anybody. My brother Bomani Jones is in another booth looking at me. I love that brother. I don't want to talk to you today. Will you stop it?
I just had to let it play. Yeah, it's a baby Stephen A. You know, that's like been the trending shit, the Stephen A videos. The fucking baby Stephen A videos fucking trending around. That shit is hilarious. That shit is really funny. He's doing his own little video, so just had to let that ride. Because normally I probably would have hung up. So there's that. That shit is crazy. I don't know some other shit. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's up, man? It's Ferocious again.
Already Ferocious, what's on your mind, man? What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
I had another story.
Already.
Well, it wasn't really so much of a bad date. I guess you could say I was a bad co-date because whoever said something about the double date was triggered a memory. I was like, oh shit, I forgot this one time. So I'm on a double date, right? with what I thought was the best friend of mine, and he's dating this white woman, and I'm with my Hispanic chick, and you know, we all, you know, it's a double date, so shit, we conversating with each other, talking back and forth. You know, he just met this girl about, I don't know, I think he said he had been talking to her about 2 weeks or a month. I had been with my chick for about, probably about 6 months at this point. You know, so the thing with me is, you know, I don't like to drink alcohol because I'm one of the type of persons that I start drinking alcohol, I'm going in that night. You're gonna catch me asleep in the morning near the toilet because I'm trying to have a good time. I ain't drinking alcohol just to have a sip. I don't understand them people who just, you know, let me just take a couple of, you know, just take a couple of sips and just ease out. Like, I don't understand that. For me, alcohol is straight party. It's a party favor. You know, I'm going, shit, pass me the bottle. You pour the drink out and put that glass to the side because that's a new bottle. I'm taking this. This is my cup.
I like to drink out the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah. So we get, you know, they're like, come on, man, let's drink. I'm like, nah, you know, this and that. And then my friend's like, man, you ain't gonna have a beer with me at least, a beer? And I'm like, man, all right, go ahead, hook me up with, you know, something light, Miller Lite, Bud Light, something light, you know. I get that first, you know, I'm the type, I take that first sip, I'm a thirsty motherfucker, that's it. That shit's gonna be gone in a minute. So I'm like, damn, the beer was good. And he's like halfway done with his, you know, both the girls are looking at me because I'm over here drowning in this shit. So I'm like, shit, I want something a little stronger. Let me try one of your martinis.
Yeah.
So I get a martini, and then I get a shot of Fireball. I you know, back to back with a shot of Fireball, and they tell me, sir, you have been cut off for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I tell my chick, I tell her, man, go ahead, you know, order a beer, order something so I can drink it. So she orders something. We, you know, I get a cup of water, and we just put the old switcheroo.
Yeah. And
that's how we do it. And we start talking, and they're like, man, something. Can you believe what she did? And you know, I'm the type of person, like, I don't try to button people's conversations because I already know I'm so outspoken. Plus, I'm already drinking. But they're pulling me into the conversation. You understand? They're like, man, you know what she did? So I'm like, okay, what? So she tells, you know, his date tells me she went to a party where they were playing Texas Hold'em, and they wanted to spice things up a bit. So they're like stripping instead of putting the money in or whatever. And then he was like, man, that ain't all. And I'm like, what? And she was like, let's just say at the end of the night, stripping wasn't the only thing we was betting. I was like, whoa. Okay, so now I'm getting full and shit. I'm start looking. I'm like, damn, this girl sounds fun. Little motherfucker. I can't help myself, man. I look at my girl and I told her, I said, man, you better cuff me real quick because I'm telling you, you need to grab my hand and rub my stomach. Show me some affection right now because I need to know who I'm really even with because right now everything looking, it's looking like it's a toss up right now. I couldn't, I just one of them people that shit. I just couldn't help it, man. I'm like, well, okay. Well, shit, I make a comment like, okay, well, you sound fun. And then my friend and my girl look at me like, what'd you say? And I'm like, shit, what? I mean, she sounds fun. Like, she knows how to have some fun. I mean, shit, what you think, Honcho? I was wrong for that comment? I mean, she sounded like she knew how to have fun. Was I in the wrong? I guess I was in the wrong, right?
Man, that's such a tough situation because I guess you got to kind of read the room. But I mean, it don't sound like, just in that manner, you sound fun. It don't sound off, but like I say, depending on the environment, and then if you sometimes when you have a few drinks in you are saying something a certain way, but it don't come out that certain way. You know what I'm saying? So what you may be thinking you saying, you're not really saying. And so it may have been interpreted in a different way. But hey, when that liquor get in you, man, it's hard to stop the flow. So, that's tough, man. That's definitely a bold move. You might have been in the wrong on that one. I don't want to say you were, but I don't want to say you were. But I guess, like I said, it just depends on the whole, without really knowing the other parties, their personality, and just kind of the whole vibe. I mean, because it don't sound bad. Oh, she sound fun, if you're saying it casually like that. But if you got that liquor in your system and you know that you putting some emphasis on certain words, well, damn, she sound fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
No, I didn't say it like that. I just said, well, you sound fun.
Yeah.
Like that. And then my girl, we start all getting an argument. They start telling me, hey, man, just don't talk to her. Don't talk to her. My girl tells me, for the past 2 minutes, you have been having a conversation with only her. You only been asking her and talking to her. Yeah. And I'm like, shit, I'm drunk. Y'all over here talking to me, pulling me into the conversation and telling me, oh, you never guess what she did, and making me realize these things about her. And y'all painting the picture to me, trying to tell me to interpret it. Shit, I'm interpreted in this. I mean, shit's so fun. I didn't say she looked good, which she did, but I didn't acknowledge that. But she did. But I mean, shit, it is what it is. It is what it is. It ain't like. Hey, man, but that's my story. I'm gonna just end it right there, man. Because I guess I was in the wrong.
That's the best ferocious, man. I appreciate the call, man.
All right, well.
Look, man, because it depends on how it comes out. If it just come out like a little offhand comment, but then when you add the context, if you was only talking to her for the last few minutes and they was kind of excluded from then it gets interpreted a little bit differently after that. But if y'all just talking, everybody participating in the conversation, and you just kind of throw a little offhand comment out there, then I don't think it's just so bad. But when you sitting there and you doing and if they ain't want you to know, why share that and bring that up? Look, I am non-biased. T. Chala, if that is your real name. Y'all know I have no bias. I just try to interpret the situation the best I can. Y'all just a man hater. Anything a man do is wrong with y'all. That's how I've learned that the last couple of days. Y'all just men can't be right no matter what we do. What was I talking about? First, you gotta make sure, okay, so don't fuck y'all ears up. I was that way too. She was crazy, popping on your ass. And you weren't where you're supposed to be. You beautiful. Oh man, that's tough. They had a pop-up mama popping up like a kid daddy and shit. Yeah, that's tough. Man, alcohol. What he said about alcohol is interesting. I'm not really big on alcohol, and I can control it, but I just don't really care for it. Like, it's cool, but I'm not a big drinker. a little sip here, maybe a little sip there, but I probably haven't drank as much as I hadn't smoked. And shit, we got about it's about 2 more weeks. It'll make a year for that I ain't smoked. So, and then I might have had a drink a week or two after that, maybe a couple weeks after that. But it's just like I'm not really much of a drinker, man, and so. But there have been a few times where I done got a little too tipsy, and end up calling Earl, hugging on the throne. It be like that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? That's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's super tough. Yeah, it's been some nights. I done got. It's been a couple of nights, and it's two that I can remember in particular where I probably shouldn't have made it home. And now that I think about those, I'm just like, damn, you know what? Somebody was looking out for me because I definitely should not have made it home. When I'm talking about out of there, blacking out on the road, like in a good distance away from home. I remember one time I got so tossed. I was at the, and I already know who's gonna say something about this. I got lit. It was, we had hit the little bar, started out at the bar, started out just getting, we got loaded. It was loaded by the time we left the bar. Went to, what's that shit? In Anahuac, y'all ever heard of the Gator Fest? You know what I'm saying? Man up, what's the motherfucking deal? The Gator Fest out in Anahuac, it was a little ways away. Slid out there. I wasn't really fucking with it because, they wanted you to buy tickets to get beer. It was like too much of a process, the line was too long. So we fucked off there for a couple of minutes, then slid back to the bar and, got tossed up till last call. And bought a couple of shots right at last call. That was the over under. After that was the finishing move. And so I was cool. Made it out to the parking lot. Some nonsense was going on. I was there with we all came in separate cars, but I was one of the homegirls. So I guess some ex dude she used to fuck with. She was all whatever. She ended up leaving with that nigga after all the bad stuff she just said about that nigga. And I'm like, look, I'm finna make it to the crib, man. Oh, y'all have a good one. So I leave from that bitch. I end up sliding through the line at Taco Bell. Cause I'm like, fuck it, I gotta get something to eat before I fucking tap out. Man, I know I passed out that Taco Bell line 2 or 3 times. I don't know if I was holding up traffic, cause it seemed like it was taking a while. I don't know if I tapped out at the window or what. But I remember getting my food and shit, and then making it back to the crib. But it was just like along the way, it was definitely a couple of times where everything was not so coherent. And then so I get back to the house, I get on the porch, I tap out on the porch, like I'm out of there, like leaning off the porch, calling her. Neighbor ended up coming outside. And he like, you all right, man? You cool, and so I end up, kind of getting up, making my feet and making it inside to the bathroom, and it was done deal. I was there till the morning. Like that was it. I was there till probably the next afternoon. It was one of them tough situations. You know what I'm saying? Then there was a time when they went to a party, and I had my partners with me. That's the one I was like, I think about. I'm like, damn, that was a bad move, man. Look, because we was like 4, 5 deep. We ain't leave till like shit. It was damn near 4, 5 in the morning. We was just getting tossed, and so it was about 20, 30 minutes away from the crib to get back. I'm tell you, I fucked up. They was all passed out. Man, I was driving. I was swerving in between lines. I was out of there. Like, I'm surprised I didn't get pulled over. I remember pulling into a car wash, throwing up, getting up out that bitch and keep rolling. I pull up to my crib. I got it's like, the driver was passenger and then like, I can't remember if it was 3D, 4D, but anyway, it was at least 3 other niggas in the car. I pulled up to my house. I went in and went to sleep, nigga. Like, I ain't even take them niggas to the crib. I was so fucked up. Like, I had to go fucking lay it down for a few minutes. Then somebody got up. They got up and came and knocked on the door. And then I found I took them home the rest of the way after that. And then came back. But I was so out of there, man. Like, yeah. And I don't think I've gotten that sauce since then. Alcohol is not my bag, man. Like, me and alcohol are not friends. But usually, like 99% of the time, I know where I'm at. I know when I'm on that level. But it can be those 1 or 2 times that you just having a little bit too much fun. And, you just want to keep the party going. That shit can get you out of there, man. So there's that. Oh, Cheddar's, okay. Yeah, Cheddar's was live at 5. Only been to Cheddar's a couple of times though. And Cheddar's was live at 5. Let's start down to MD 2020. Oh shit. MD 2020, Mad Dog. Should have bite your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. That's super tough. Okay. Well, look, we got about 30 plus more minutes. All right, because we're gonna be on time. So I told y'all it's a new day and age. We got schedules, we got time to keep and things like that. Because like I said, I want to start bringing out more content. So like I said, we probably won't have as many extended ends, but we will have more den content coming throughout the week. And maybe, I think daily dens maybe throughout the week, and then maybe do something different on the weekend. I haven't quite figured it all out. Yeah, I used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I used to go there. And I ain't had no wings in a minute, especially since I've been on this whole ass counting calorie shit. It has been a hot minute, you know what I'm saying? But I am down to a couple more pounds. I finally got out of the 250s. I was at like 250 for like 3 or 4 days. I was just around the brink of 250. I was 250 even, then I went up to like 250.6 and 250.2 and just floating around that shit. But now I got down to like 246 and counting. I had to ease up on the calories. Yeah, cause my fucking little goal thing, cause it tell you when you estimated to hit your goal. Like I made it up to, like let's start out at late October. Then I was doing pretty good. Moved up to like the end of August. And then, like I said, this last week I was on the brink of eating kind of bad. That shit slid me back down to early September. I'm like, oh no, I'm fucking up, man. I'm fucking up, man. Let me get back. You talking about the twerking shit? Shenanigans, man. Shenanigans. If you believe that, Mr. 25-8, that's what you left out of 25-8. 25 hours, 8 days straight. All right, man. So, yeah, that's craziness, man. How old was I when I had my first date ever? What constitutes as a date? Like, are we talking like dinner and a movie? Are we talking about just going out? Cause like when I don't know if those counted as dates. Cause like when I was a teenager, I went out, had my little girlfriend or whatever. We go hit the movies and stuff like that. That's before a nigga could drive legally. Nigga, I was driving since I was like 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga was with, my teacher when she would work, she'd be tapped out because she was, working the mornings or whatever. And, man, I'm hopping in the car, I'm hitting the road, because I was always a taller kid, so I fucking hop in the car, I'm gonna go pick up my partner. We finna dip and dive all over town. We finna slide out. We finna go across town. We finna be all over the place. So, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, we would just get it. We'd be, fuck it. And then, that was when we was tripping. But as soon as I got like my permit when I was like 15, shit, my partner's dad was so cool. He was like, yeah, fuck it. Take the Cadillac, you good. I don't think I know you're a good driver. You ain't got to worry about nothing. And I remember one time we dipped out to, where did we go? We was going to Pasadena. We was gonna go slide by the movies out there. We was getting into some shit. And man, I'm talking about like, I was about to run that hoe too, but I was like, fuck it. I pull up at the motherfucking light and stopped the car right in front of us and ran through that hoe. Man, this fucking lawman came from out of nowhere, like behind a motherfucking corner. And when I'm talking about this nigga just pulled up and went man, chased that nigga down. I said, yep, I made the right decision that time, because we would have been in a whole bunch of trouble, because it was me, my partner. I think we took his brothers and sisters too, because we was going to see, what we was going to see? We go see the Scary Movie or something. And that shit is always so funny to me, because his littlest brother, right, wanted to go so bad. He wanted to go so bad. He was like, man, I want to go, you know. Yeah, he's like, nah, man, you too young, man. We can't, you know, we the rest of us, we can get in. We can't get you in, because we got like 2 tickets to Scary Movie. We got the little kids something else, and then we all end up going to watch Scary Movie. But, you know, like, he kept on saying, man, I want to go. He's like, nah, you can't go, man. He's like, man, I don't want to go. He's like, you can't go. And then he got mad enough. He's like, man, you know what? Well, then fuck it. I'm not going. It was like, yeah, that's what we've been trying to tell you the whole time. And that shit, it was just because we was arguing about this shit for like 15 minutes, but the shit was so fucking funny, because it's like, yeah, that's what we was finna say the whole fucking time. Like, you not going, man. Say no chaperone, no meeting the mom or dad on the I've met moms. I've met dads, but I wouldn't say that those were man, there's been some very interesting scenarios that have happened. And because of that, I am overly attentive to certain things, because I know the shenanigans that I would get into. And I'm just leave that shit out of there. But yeah. And Scotty cooler, man. Don't worry about what Scotty talking about. Nah, it wasn't no Cosby Show shit. It was man, look, I'm just telling y'all, man, you can't look. I know these kids are worse than what we were. Maybe top teacher out of date. I mean, the dating is what we exchanging personalities here. That's all that is. Ain't no rules to this, you know. You try that gentlemanly thing for a little bit, but that shit don't always work out. You know who you can and can't do it with. Scotty cool, and Scotty in the crib. He probably laid up, eating on a Scooby snack. But no, I wouldn't say that there was any dating tool. But you know how mom's always gonna try to tell you, do this, do that, and moms give bad advice. Like, they have good intentions, but moms give bad advice, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I wouldn't say all that. But you just figure it out as you go. You know what I'm saying? Scotty was the life of the party. Scotty ass get up, he'd be walking all over the desk trying to sniff shit. Just doing too much. See what his parents would take him out. I told you when I was in high school, shit, that I was dating a white chick. Her mom would take us places. That's like the only mom I really met, but just because she was driving us places and stuff. I've met some other moms, and the thing about meeting moms, it sends the wrong ideas to parents. Knowing what I know now, in the hopes of getting some action in high school, I would not have done, because there are parents to this day who think that I was dating their daughter when that was never the case. You know what I'm saying? Look, DeMarque, look, you fair skinned, and I don't want to hear that from you. Summertime, you finna go in the hide, and you're gonna be moving around the buildings looking for shadows, So, you know, he can't make direct contact with the sun. He like them vampires off Blade. That shit start burning. But yeah, you know, so it was some parents who thought that you know, just because I was introduced, but I guess, you know, maybe it was because to try to smooth things over. Hey, you know, I'm a good guy for the most part. Yeah, until you know what's really going on. But you know, I think that I don't think I ever really had to sneak though. I don't think I ever really, unless they were sneaking. But you know, not me. All right. Okay. So we have a bad dating experience. I'm gonna share this dating experience, and I'm gonna see if y'all can guess who sent this in. All right. Says, my bad dating experience. The guy I was dating was one of those I'm gonna make it unsigned rappers, and supported his ass even though his rap skills is hot garbage and his album was completely trash. Damn, that's tough. I support his bullshit ass shows, gigs, mixtapes, etc. Support him financially. I took his ass back and gave him a second chance. He went out of state, where he had a gig at some club, hole in the wall ass club. While I'm putting in hours at school and work, he'd call me over the phone and tell me how sorry he was. Then he'd proceed to tell me some girl sucked his dick at this club, blaming it on the alcohol. I decided to give him another chance. Like a damn fool. And this nigga got married to this crackhead ass female. That must have been some fire ass head. God damn. Behind my back, and didn't even have the guts to tell me face to face. Called me after the wedding. Whew. That's tough. You know, that's tough. I ain't never had to sneak. I wouldn't know a high school sneaker. That's a tough story right there. But that must have been some hole in the wall head at the club, and then you get married. That's a. Whew. Can y'all guess whose story that was? So my thing, prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal, man? I didn't ever have to sneak. Now I was properly introduced. Now I'm pretty sure they weren't aware of the things that were happening after the introduction, but I was generally introduced, unless, you know, if they requested to see it, they go, hey, yeah, here I am. It's me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of people saying Rashida. It's not Rashida. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if y'all want to get y'all calls and stuff, we got another. Well, I got to start about 4 minutes late, so I say we got another 28 minutes before we get ready to wrap it up. Because I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna start being on time. You know, we're gonna start getting 2 hours in the evening, and like I said, tomorrow we'll start the daily den. So 10 a.m. Central Time. Den at 10 is the easiest way to remember it. 10 in the morning, 10 in the evenings. I know some of y'all out in Cali gonna be like, man, that's too early. Wake your ass up early, get you a cup of coffee, make that shit shake. Go enjoy the Californian sunrise, whatever time y'all sun be rising and shit. And enjoy that shit. Y'all said T'Challa. Nope, not T'Challa. I'm gonna let y'all win. I ain't gonna make it too tough on y'all. That's a tough situation. Garbage rapper found him some snapper and married it. That's tough. Nah, you know, if it was Maria, she would have we would have saw somewhere in there. But I'm white though. They would have been in there at least like 3 times in the story. You know, it would have been like, you know, his album was completely garbage, but I'm white though. You know, he went out of state, but I'm white though. He proceeded to tell me some girl sucked his dick at the club, but I'm white though. You know, that's how that would have. That's probably how that one would have worked. if it was Maria. Oh shit, with a drunk. That must be interesting. But, you know, it is what I is. It is what I is. Tough. I sound like I'm drunk. I'm over here sipping a little coffee. All right. Well, if y'all cannot figure out who it was Miss Shannon Jones. So, yes. That is tough, man. Where can I get that album? Is he on SoundCloud? I'm gonna check that shit out. You know, that nigga might be dropping hot fire. You just might be mad because you ain't fucking with him no more. So you trying to diss his album? You trying to give him bad reviews? That nigga might be up in the source. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to see him make it. You ain't trying to see him make it. You don't want to see him winning. That's all that is. I know what it is. You don't want to see that nigga make it. That's all it is. Now that he gone, he done went and got him a dope fiend. You know what I'm saying? She's selling crack to support his album. It's going down, man. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, what? Yeah, we're getting sued for reading text messages. So that's tough, man. That's super tough. See, he wasn't on them country rap tunes. He might have been one of them. He probably was on some mumble rap. That's what it is. Now you got some stuff on SoundCloud, and look, I got SoundCloud rappers. I'm gonna be a SoundCloud host. I'm gonna start dropping dance on Sound. I think I put a couple of them on there, or at least some of the podcasts or something like that. You know what I mean? So, Nah, y'all don't understand. It wasn't Rashida. I can't. She would have pulled up, threw the setup and shot that nigga. She a gangster. Y'all better know. Oh man. So you got to focus on blowing up outside the country. Yeah, they love that. I guess that American shit outside the country. I don't know. I had a little partner. He was doing some shit. He was getting some little notoriety. I don't know if he's still rapping or not. Like I told you, I cut a lot of folks off. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling in to the den this evening?
Man, fuck them, man. They ain't want to call in. I'll call back.
Really? What's on your mind there, AB?
Man, I was just reminded about this one, man. I went out with this chick. She was really into me. Like, you know how a woman is more into you than you are into her.
Yeah.
Like you get that feeling, like, she real pressing you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, I'm not that interested because she's like, it's already easy. I know what I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna really be, nothing to it. So I really wasn't, I wasn't really sweating the date too much, but we was having a good time and shit. And she had wanted to order Washington apples, right?
Yeah.
So I never had the shit. So I said, yeah, I'll try it. Man, that shit tastes just like goddamn apple, bro. that shit was so good. I was like, these motherfuckers are delicious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have several tonight. And so, man, we started downing the motherfuckers, and when you started drinking, man, it's like I started enjoying myself more than I probably should have. And my intentions was to go home and send her about her way. I really wasn't trying to do nothing like that.
Yeah.
But, the conversation started getting moving to more adult conversation, right?
Yeah.
So, what was funny is it was this white lady in the bar, and she kept, looking this way. She sends me a damn drink. And so the chick was like, oh, you should go holler at her. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to go do that. So she was like, no, you should. She looking at you, blah, 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 I said, you keep fucking around with me, I would. You know what I'm saying? I'll go over there. And then I say, you can go home. You know what I'm saying? I'll go home with her. So we making jokes about the shit. That lady brought her ass right on over there. And she damn near started me, you know what I'm saying? You know, now I was fucked up. I was starting to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And she still, you know, was not that attractive, you know what I mean? So I was like, look, you know, when somebody touch you and you get that feeling on your skin, like, ooh, why the fuck you touching me? Like, don't fucking touch me. And she had the goddamn like smoker's breath and shit. I'm like, this is all a whole bad situation. Now I'm blaming the chick. I'm like, look, you didn't put the energy over there, and now this bitch came over here fucking with me. And she is cracking up, laughing, bro. I'm like, and I'm literally getting pissed off at this point now because this chick would not leave me alone. You wanna dance with me, baby? You wanna dance with me? Hell no. Won't you leave me alone? And look, take your drink back. I ain't even drink this shit. Give it to somebody else. So it ended up finally, you know, she left me alone, whatever. But she was pushing hard. She was even telling. She said, "I live right across the street. We can go across." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was like it seemed like it was a setup, right? Because I told her, I said, you know this lady.
Yeah.
It's like you was trying to set me up for this shit. Right. But that night ended up being a little weird because I've had this shit happen before. But she got out of me because she was asking me. She was like, "Well, what's the freakiest thing that ever happened to you, you know, sexually, whatever, right?" And I told her, you know what I'm saying, I was, you know, shit, I had a threesome, and shit, one of the girls wanted to eat my ass. So I was like, it was the first time that shit ever happened to me. And so I said, it wasn't all that. It wasn't like, I said, I don't know what it is about y'all liking y'all pussy, because if it feel like that shit don't feel like right? Because that shit felt funny. I'm like, oh, I don't want that shit no more, man. Leave me alone. But that night, guess who was trying to eat my ass, bro? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I told you I ain't like the shit. Now y'all ass trying to get down there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So, and she tried to be all aggressive with the shit. I was like, look, you are not going to booty rape me with your tongue. You are not going to do this shit tonight. I don't give a fuck how much you want to do this shit. This is not going to happen.
Look, she trying to be memorable. She want to make sure you remember her motherfucking ass. Oh,
yeah,
man.
But I was, that was memorable. I never forgot that shit. It was a fun night, weird night, but you know, I don't know if it was an actual bad date. It just had some bad moments in that shit.
That's crazy, man. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, man, man, certain individuals can be quite bold, you know. I think somebody said white girls are bold. Women from Dallas are bold. Now, my experiences with women from Dallas, they tend to be aggressive. I don't know what's going up in D-Town, but yeah, that's tough, man. So did you ever kick with that chick again, or was it a one-time thing?
Yeah, man, I married that bitch, bro.
I'm done. So the casual oh man. Hold on, I gotta gather myself. Let me catch myself real quick. That one was, I was unprepared, you know. Oh man. So how, if you don't mind me imploring further, how did that come about? Like, just.
Oh, bruh. All right. So I told you I lost my fiance, right? Mm-hmm. And she died, whatever. And a lot of man, shit. It was like maybe 3 years of fucking not knowing what the fuck I was doing in life, and I was coming out of that, and shit. I ain't want to think about this shit. Hold on. But yeah, I end up coming out of that, and shit, you know, I was still emotionally fucked up, bro. Like, still damaged and shit. And just trying to fill that void with somebody, man, that felt like they actually cared about you and shit. So it was like, you know, she kind of was there at that moment when I was kind of coming out of there trying to heal myself.
Yeah.
So I had somebody to talk to that I didn't talk to anybody about the shit. So, you know, I talked to her about the shit, and she kind of, you know, she ended up kind of being a little supportive emotionally for me there.
Yeah.
And so she she actually was like a pharmacist, man. So she was like well established. She told me to move to San. This is how I ended up in San Antonio.
Yeah.
She told me to move to San Antonio. I said I ain't moving to San Antonio. I'm in Houston. That's all my family here. You know what I'm saying? I'm working for the county. I'm trying to move up in that bitch. I'm trying to get my shit together. And she was like, no, you need to move here. You know, you just need to get away from that area, and you just need to, you know, start something fresh. She convinced me. She did a good fucking sales job.
Yeah.
Convincing me. It took a year and a half and shit. And but red flags everywhere that I ignored because I didn't know what the fuck. Man, as where I was, man, I was, and just putting a little history to it. Man, I grew up like late, bro, in life because I was so sheltered for so long. I didn't really understand women. I didn't understand relationships. I didn't understand none of that shit. So all that shit was trial and error. And I was always serious. Like when I was younger, I was always like, hey, if you my girl, and that's it. Like I want to, like we damn near I'm naming our kids and shit. You know, I'm going the whole nine. And then I realized like they don't want that shit. So I was like, I gotta stop this. And my mom told me, she's like, you too serious. So I was like, well, shit, I gotta stop being serious. And so, but anyway, long story short, she gave me like the courage to actually like try something different because I've done pretty much everything the safe way my whole life because all I was doing was trying to stay within guidelines. And so this was the only person that actually was like, you know what, to get out of that rut, you got to change up some shit. So I said, okay, let me try it. Fuck it. Let me go out there and try and find a job. I ended up going to like Bexar County out there and getting on with the county out there. But then I found a career there and shit. It turned out better, I ain't gonna lie. So, but she had some other shit that I didn't know about. And so that kind of, you know, derailed things. And we probably would still be together if we wasn't fucking so fucked up. And you know, we wasn't right for each other at that time in our lives. I think we probably would have been better today, but at that time we couldn't get over the bullshit that we was giving each other.
Okay, man. AB, like I said, I gotta, you know, I shout out to Miss Lady about this a while back, but I gotta shout out to you too, man, because you know when you call in and you share, man, like I say, it's the openness, the honesty is always so refreshing, and you know just that you share these things with us, man, and I think not only me, but I would say the rest of the den folk too, definitely appreciate it when you share this stuff with us, man. And so I just want to say thank you for you know calling in and just being, you know, open about these things.
And I've been that way my whole life. I've been an open book, and the only reason, and I used to be when I was a kid, I used to be so shut off. I would never talk.
Yeah.
No one even I fucking knew what my voice was. Right? I wouldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But that shit is therapeutic, man. That's why everybody comes to this bitch every night. This shit is therapeutic. I'll come in here and get y'all medicine. You know what I'm saying? Get these red pills in your life. See what the honest truth is. You know what I'm saying? So you can go about and live your life the way you best you can. Because, you know, I get tired of motherfuckers giving me fake shit.
Yeah.
That's what attracted me to the channel.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, you can go out there and say your truth, put it out there. Ain't no judgment, ain't no judge zone. We just say be who you are.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love being who I am. I have no faults with that. You know what I'm saying? You take me or not. And that's how I just live my life. I don't really give two fucks about how you feel because your feelings can change.
Exactly.
I know a lot of motherfuckers that didn't like me. But they got to know me and they was like, man, you cool motherfucker, I know. But motherfuckers that did like me and switched to other shit, nah, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
But none of that bothers me, man. I had to learn that the hard way. Like, you know, motherfuckers are not gonna always like you,
Yeah.
and that's not my job to make them do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need anybody fucking approval for them to be happy with who I am. That's my job. So.
Exactly. Yeah, y'all better look. Y'all take notes. If y'all don't know, y'all need to know, man. Fuck what anybody else feel about y'all. Your number one goal is to make sure you're happy with who you are. You know, because everybody else will try to tell you do this and do that, but they not in your shoes. So you got to figure out what makes you, you know, want to wake up each day and be happy that you're here. So y'all got to figure that out, man. Okay. Anything else you want to add to that there, AB?
No, I'm good, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling back in and sharing that with us, man.
No problem. Like,
All right, have a good evening. All right, here's the deal. We got about a little under 10 minutes left, so I'm gonna kill a line here. And we had some good calls come in, so I think that let me see if I can think. 'Cause I said if we get some good calls for Sunday night confessions, and it was bad date nights, and I think that these were some pretty good ones. That I'll try to come up with something that I can talk about. Let me kill that first. Make sure I put all these on there. Make sure you're following Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Den Show Live, denshowlive@gmail.com. Easiest way. Make sure you like the stream. You know, let YouTube know that you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you just watching. We do this every night, 10 p.m. and starting tomorrow, 10 a.m. But I think that, like I said, the AM streams might be something a little different. I'm going to have it all figured out by the time we go live tomorrow. I'm going to make a one-time donation to the show, streamlabs.com/The Den Show. If you want to make a monthly pledge to the show, patreon.com/The Den Show. And I'm getting all this out the way before I do my little at Honcho HTX, Instagram, Twitter, if you want to follow me on those platforms. And I think Facebook, I think it's at Honcho HTX also, something like that. And if you ever want to call the Den line, whether we're live or not, 833-284-3336, 833, the number 2, the Den is the easiest way to remember that. I think all that is proper. Okay. So let me think. What can I? Let me see what I can talk about. You got to get over that stress. You got to let that go. You got to let it go. You got to, you know, hey, don't. You got to figure out how to heal that stress. Heal those wounds. What can I talk about? Here's I wouldn't say this was a date. I don't even know how this goes. But this is something that I want to say I may have shared a little bit before. But it was just an odd thing to me. So it's not necessarily a confession. It's just a weird thing. But probably was best for whatever the situation was. So back in the day, y'all know how the internet used to get. See, niggas used to be like, oh, y'all niggas lame, y'all on the internet. They didn't realize the gold mine that was AOL and Yahoo Messenger. And this is the day before I left to go off to college. I was packing all my shit up basically for the next morning to go, you know, take my shit to school and move into my dorm and all that other stuff. So, you know, I was just up to some shenanigans. I was, like I say, packing everything, taking everything, folding clothes up, doing all that shit, you know, stripping down the room for the most part for what I was going to take with me. And, but I was at the same time, I had some music playing. I was fooling around on Yahoo. Let me see, see what kind of shenanigans I can get into, see if I can catch something in that area, maybe, before I slide through that way. These were the days of Black Planet and all its glory and all that stuff. So I don't even remember exactly how or where, but I ended up chopping it up with this chick, you know, blase, blase. But I guess exclusivity, you know, the limited time offer is a thing. Because, you know, I'm just like, yeah, you know, I'm about to mash up, blase, blase. So I guess, you know, she wanted to meet up and whatnot like that same evening. So I was like, I had everything pretty much taken care of. I was just kind of bullshitting around in the room, smoking and doing all this other shit. I had some of my partners with me, helping me with some of the stuff. And so I slide out, right? And I go meet her at I want to say it was like a HEB. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, I appreciate you coming through. And yes, it was definitely dialed up. And so, you know, we go and engage in some conversation and we end up, you know, chopping it up. And so we end up going back by, you know, the apartment, but not necessarily upstairs, you know, where she had followed me back over that way. And, you know, this going to that going to this, you know, me doing my best of finessing. She ended up serving the nigga up in the car. Like, and I will say, I was pleasantly surprised, right? I'll leave it at that. So it was what it was. Now, so she was talking about, yeah, she had to go back because she was cooking something or making a cake or something she was saying. And she was talking about, yeah, I'm gonna come back by and, you know, maybe we can do something, whatever, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, bet, I'm with it, you know, go do what you do, bring some of that cake too, right? So it's through the night. As the night goes on, we smoking and we doing all this, that, and the third. Yes, it was very nice of her. You know, I'm kicking it, you know, my people there or whatever. And, you know, I'm like, this old bullshit ass bitch, she ain't never come back through, you know, yada, yada, yada. So, like, I stayed up all night. I didn't even go to sleep. Tell me why, when I leave out that morning to go, you know, put all my stuff in the car, I open the door, and right there on the doorstep is a fucking piece of cake. So that broad did come back. I guess I just ain't hear her knocking or whatever else. I don't know if the music was too loud or whatever I had going on, but just must have missed it. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, damn, I actually felt kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? Because she came back all that way and she brought the cake. I ate the cake. I definitely ate the cake, you know, when I went. But I had never heard from her again, never chopped it up again. I don't even remember the screen name, but I don't, you know, because see, when she got to school and you had to start getting all your shit together, it was like, shit, I was too busy for all that nonsense. Never talked to her ever again. But the head was good. The cake was delicious. Wherever she is, I thank her. I'm pretty sure she probably has a boatload of kids by now, because how do you meet a nigga? And I'm not mad. Look, I'm not mad. I appreciate it, okay? I'm not knocking it, you know. But then, you know, I was, like I said, I was diesel back then. That's when I was 250 solid, not this 245 fleshy. I'm talking about, that's what the nigga was, diesel back then. So hey, maybe she liked what she saw, you know what I'm saying? I was a special case. But maybe she was look, she was trying to get that college connection. She might have thought she had her hands on something. But, you know, it be like that sometimes. So I ain't really tripping on none of that. Just a whole crazy something I thought I would share. But the cake on the scene, that was tough. But here's the deal, man. We finna get ready to slide up out of here. Like I said, we're gonna start being more accurate on the 2-hour mark. So maybe start winding things down, probably at the like 10-minute mark of the streams from now on. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., if you ain't got nothing going on, which you don't, because it's fucking Memorial Day, so you're not doing shit. If your ass ain't up early, we gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the stream, I'll just fuck with you. Y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do. But I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And man, the reason why this is the best conversation on the internet is because of you guys. You guys make this so entertaining, so wonderful. I thank everybody who called in. I thank everyone who texted their stories in. I thank everybody who was holding down the chat. Yes, 10 a.m. I'm gonna start doing 10 and 10. So 10 in the morning, 10 in the evening, then at 10, easiest way to remember it. No mixer tonight because like I said, I'm finna start getting on a real schedule. Look, prepaid Mike told me go all in, so baby, I'm going all in. Y'all finna get so much DN content, y'all gonna be sick of me. And I throw a little sauce content in there from time to time. Who, I don't want to talk about JJ Watt getting married. I don't give a fuck about that shit. DN at 10, nigga. What you mean? Why at 10 a.m.? DN at 10. I gotta do this for the morning, folks. Y'all gonna be at work. They gonna be bored. They gonna be like, man, this job boring as hell. So I'm gonna boot it up early for those folks who need that action. But yeah, man. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. No, the 10 a.m. show is gonna be 10 times more ratchet. Look, it's too early. It's too early to be being ratchet in the morning. It's gonna be more news oriented, more stories that are going in. So double XL. I'm gonna have to let me check. The one you sent earlier, or did you send one more recently? I have to open the line back. Actually, I got it on my fucking phone. I'll check it to see. Oh, that's tough. That's tough, Shannon. I ain't even gonna say that. Oh, the XFL. Yeah. I got the XFL. Yeah, I'm gonna do some speaking on that. I'm gonna do some sauce tomorrow. So I'm gonna definitely make that shit. I'm gonna make that shit shake. Cause look, the XFL might be our only hope. That might be our only hope moving forward with the way these Texans be doing, whatever they be calling themselves doing. So there's that. But with that being said, I appreciate it. I thank y'all. The Den, I'm gonna tell you why the Den is becoming a priority compared to the sauce, because the sauce has ebbs and flows, and so when the teams are not in season or whatever, people aren't paying as much attention. The Den is more consistent, and the Den has shown potential to have more growth, more consistent conversation, and it's just a different environment. The sauce, especially dealing with, Houston fans, they all want to hear a bunch of hunky-dory shit, and sometimes we just got to be realistic. It ain't hunky-dory, so there's that. But with that being said, hey, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate all of y'all. Hey, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm gone. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Y'all are wonderful folks. The Den folks, the Den generates, the denizens. Y'all are great people, man. And I really mean that. And sometimes we sit and we share these stories. Y'all don't understand when I take these notes, how much I really take away from these. So I thank y'all. And I hope y'all have a great evening. Until tomorrow, I'm gone.